Sex energy is the creative energy of all geniuses. There never has been and never will be a great leader, builder, or artist lacking in this driving force of sex.
But semen is of an extraordinary level of potency. It can create a whole new life. Anything in this body, can it be transformed into a different level of function? Absolutely.
No, sex, of course, is a wonderful thing. We could call it an addiction that nature has built into the human so that they continue to survive as a species. Because it's such a pull, it does have a tendency of making humans unconscious.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lion's Heart. Have you ever noticed that humans are designed for two main reasons: to survive and reproduce? And that if we tinker with or optimize or begin to change our relation to one of these factors, that reality begins to change a lot and it begins to have a very large effect on us. And we can see this with both survival and reproduction. For survival, for example, if you go on a 3 to 5 day fast, you will begin to notice very obvious changes in your physiology, your psychology, and your being. A lot of people experience, along with, of course, fatigue and tiredness and irritation, they also experience extreme clarity, focus, and drive, right? And the reason for that is because the body and the mind are starting to realize, hey, if we don't get food, we're going to die. So we need to kick it up. We need to, we need to put away and put to the side all these trivial, petty things. And we need to put our full attention and focus on whatever is going to get us food, right? And, a lot of spiritual practitioners say that with fasting, if you have a reason for it, if you dedicate the fast to something, then your mind will put that energy and focus into that thing. So if you dedicate the fast to spiritual awakening, for example, you will have so much more energy and focus on certain contemplative questions like who am I and what is reality, etc. And we can do the same thing with our reproductive energy. If we begin to change our relation to our sexual energy, our reproductive energy, our life force, what this will do is it will begin to spill out into all aspects of our lives. We will begin to have more drive, focus, and motivation for the things that we want to create, we want to live, and we want to do, right? So what is your vision? Is it to have that partner, that relationship, that deep, profound relationship that you want, right? Attracting that right woman if you're a man. Is it to build a business and a career? Is it to get down your discipline and your habits? Is it to build the physique and the body that you want? Is it to read more? Is it to consume less junk? Is it to consume less sugar? Is it to consume less, online adult material, right? So what is your vision? What do you want to create? And what I'm here to say is that this sexual energy, this life force energy, it is the energy of creation, right? It is the energy of building, right? And when we begin to tap into and direct its energy and we put it towards our focus and our goal, we basically tell our bodies, hey, I'm in charge. I'm the king here. I rule over my body. And what we're doing is we're putting our sexual energy to create the life that we want to create, right? We're putting, that's our goal, right? That's where the heat-seeking missile is directed towards, right? Our sexual energy is like Niagara Falls. It is a powerful, potent force. And what we do with sexual transmutation is we begin to drive and direct that force towards where we want it to go, instead of it being scattered and pulling us around and depleting our energy, right? And depleting our life force and honestly our self-respect, right? And our dignity, right? Ejaculating through online content into a napkin, or getting drunk and spilling your sexual energy with, the first girl who shows you attention, right? Or staying at home and masturbating, or, fawning over and gooning over girls on Instagram and Tinder and wasting your time on dating apps, just getting rejected and rejected. What if you just said no? Hey, I'm done putting it out. I'm done putting it out. I'm done sharing my sacred sexual energy with the world. I'm bringing it in. I'm giving it to myself. I'm done expelling it, right? It's coming in. It's coming in and I'm going to circle it. I'm going to move it through my body and move it towards my vision and my goals, right? And that is what sexual transmutation is. It's tapping into the power of that energy and it's bringing it towards your goals and your vision. And it's like that engine, right? Like the sexual energy can move against you or you can move for you and it can move with you, right? And so this is what sexual transmutation is. It's having that self-respect and that dignity and saying, I'm done spilling it everywhere. I'm done getting pulled everywhere. I'm in a society that's programmed me to be a slave to my sexual energy. And I'm in a society that's told me that it's right to, release it to online content or, be obsessed with, the opposite sex and just like need validation and energy and approval from them, right? And none of my society or my peers taught me what the ancients know about sexual energy, which is that it is a gift, it is a life force, it is a divine energy, it's a purifying energy, and that we can tap into and use and retain this energy to build what we want to build. And it doesn't mean that we repress it. It doesn't mean that we label it evil. It doesn't mean that we label the opposite sex bad. In fact, it can get us closer to the opposite sex. It can get us closer to life. It can get us closer to reality. And you can find a partner who helps amplify and channel and harness that sexual energy. You can continue to have sex. It's not about sex being bad. It's about how we relate to the energy and where it goes. And do we expel it and deplete it, or do we circle it? Do we circle it through our body, right? And that's what sexual transmutation is. And as you go on this path through sexual transmutation, it might be difficult. You might be very frustrated, very irritated. You might have the deepest cravings you've ever experienced for releasing that energy, or to watch something online, or to go on those dating apps, or get drunk at a club and try to hook up. And what we need to do as Lion's Heart, because really sexual transmutation, it's the next level, right? This is advanced stuff. This is not for beginners in like self-help and personal development. This is like when you start to actually do sexual transmutation, you're in the top 1% of people, right? Most people have no idea what this is, better yet, how to do it, right? And so when these strong cravings come on, what we do is we fuel it, we circulate it, and we don't give into it. We let our bodies know that we're in control, we're in the masters, and our sexual energy is moving towards our goal and our vision, right? So it might be tough. It might be some of the hardest nights you've ever experienced, some of the hardest cravings you've ever experienced. But we don't give in, and we change our relationship to it is the most important thing. It's not just this willpower, I'm not gonna watch anything online, I got this. No, it is a thank you. Thank you for this craving. Thank you for this desire. Thank you for this intensity. Give me that intensity. Let me bring that intensity towards my vision, towards my goal, and towards my life. Let it be behind me, pushing me forward, right? Instead of this thing that's in front of me and getting in my way. So this is the potency of sexual energy. And really, transmutation, there's a lot of different practices. Look up microcosmic orbit. That's a really powerful one. You can look up Tantra, you can look up Kariza. But really what it comes down to is respecting yourself and respecting your energy and having the dignity to use that sexual energy, right? And to make it your tool and make it your force, because it is a God-given gift. The sexual energy is a God-given gift to drive you forward in life, to make you advance, to make you grow, to bring yourself up in the hierarchy, right? I mean, that's what we see in nature. So why would you ever waste such a precious energy, such a pure energy? Really, you're only hurting yourself when you just deplete it and release it. So use this energy. Use this energy to create the life you want, and you will be unstoppable. Until next time, much love, guys. Cheers.